What is up, me little sugar buggers? Welcome back to the channel for a brand new Create a Sim. Today, you guys, we are here creating the founder of my brand new Rags to Riches Let's Play. His name just so happens to be Maurice Foreman. Now, if you're thinking that last name, strangely enough, rings a bell, what the hell is happening here, Jen? You have a lot of explaining to do, and boy, oh boy, do I. I chose to kind of be able to reveal this news to you over Create a Sim because it's a more casual environment where you can kind of see the creation of Maurice, and also I can read off his backstory and try to answer some of the missing pieces, because I know when we left off with the Foremans, things were really different, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, in this time frame, a lot, and I mean a lot, has changed. So I'm gonna dive into the backstory, and then I'll catch up with you guys at the end and we'll talk a little bit more. I will be reiterating a lot of this in the first episode along with some dialogue possibly. But still, at the end of the day, it's really important for you guys to watch this video, hear it out, so that if you are a fan of the series, maybe, possibly, some of this will answer your questions. Maurice Foreman is the son of Finley Foreman. During college, his mother fell pregnant. With his dad refusing to accept responsibility and be a part of his son's life, she ended up deciding to drop out to raise her son. Maurice grew up surrounded by family. His biggest inspirations are his great-grandparents, June and Pace. He loved to play in his great-grandmother's bakery. Although the memories are vague, his admiration for them grows every day. They loved him very much, and in their will, they made sure to pass on the bakery to the littlest member of the family, Maurice. Unfortunately, he ended up selling the bakery. He was in need of some money, and his fiancée at the time was constantly complaining of how much time he was spending at the bakery and not with her. When his family learned of the news, they were extremely disappointed. Maurice and his fiancée, Kyra, broke up 2 weeks ago. She took everything. You'll discover why they separated in the first episode. Now broke and sleeping on city benches throughout San Myshuno, Maurice is haunted by his shame. He has cut all contact to his family and refuses to allow him to see him like this. Determined to regain success and live up to his last name, Maurice may not have much, but he has the Foreman bloodline, and that is enough. He's going to need it, for the story has just begun. And let me tell you, the story, my friends, has just began. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have been thinking about the return of the Foremans every single day for maybe the last year or however it's been since they've been gone. I've seen your comments. I've seen what you guys have suggested. And I also know that the old story of the Foremans is dated. It's timed. We needed to move on. We needed to project farther into the future. And I feel like with this particular series, we are going to get a brand new refreshed version of this family, and I know for a fact you guys are going to love it. You're just gonna have to put a little bit of trust in me and definitely have some faith, because I promise you I was not going to bring back this family unless I could live up to the Foreman name. You know what I mean? But Maurice is a sweetheart. Like you guys have like I've mentioned, he and his grandparents were super duper close. It's really interesting to see how much of his entire family he has within him. I don't know if you've noticed, but he actually looks a lot like Nixon, which is unintentional and kind of crazy. It is intriguing though, because one of the things that Maurice doesn't want to be is anything like his grandfather. His grandfather, Nixon, put his mother, Finley, through a lot. You know, she suffered an absent father. She was pretty much raised very much like him. In some instances, Finley was definitely a present mom by June and Pace. And so, therefore, he saw the detriments that his grandfather had caused his mother and vowed to never be like him. But it's interesting because like Nixon, when down and out, he actually ended up cutting his family out. But the intentions were not to do it in a way that would hurt them, but to do it in a way that he could come back a better man, because he is literally embarrassed. He loved Kyra with everything, every fiber in his soul. And the whole purpose to sell the bakery was to maybe get some money so that they could buy a home and start their future. The thing is, Kyra turned out to not be the person that he had full-fledged faith she was. And again, in the first episode, you'll see exactly what happens, and I don't think you guys are ready for it. Right now, in this present part of his life, he is feeling betrayed at all angles, and he feels this gut-wrenching responsibility to reclaim his last name. But Maurice, as a person, he's a good man. He is a good man. I mean, his grandfather, even though they didn't really have a lot of time to, his great-grandfather, even though they didn't have a lot of time together, those core values were instilled from birth. He has such an appreciation for family. He has a very prideful soul. He's the type of man that would have loved Kyra forever. He would have taken care of everything she needed. But it was when he couldn't do anything for her, she decided, well, I'm going to take matters into my own hands. And believe me, she did. And the way that she betrayed this man is honestly so freaking dirty. I don't think you guys are ready for it. But on a happier note, he has a lot of life left in him. He is young. He will bounce back. He's interesting. He looks so much like Pace and Nixon, and he's even got June's cheeks and Finley's eye color. As you guys can see, he also has some acne. He definitely struggles with that a lot, and that is something that Finn ever so kindly passed on to him. I'm really excited for you guys to see this first episode. I haven't filmed it yet, but I'm definitely working on it. There are a few assets I'm going to be creating for this Let's Play, and you'll see them pop up on the channel here and there as we get closer to the release, which I'm hoping it'll be this Friday, but if not, it'll definitely be next Friday. Now, I know some of you guys may not like my take on the FOREMANS and think it's crazy and think that, you know, I should have picked up where I left off. There's so many reasons why I couldn't do that. The save was corrupted, even though I did end up fixing it. I lost all the CC that was attached to the families. I didn't have it anymore. And then in addition, that storyline really wasn't going anywhere. And I needed to think of a way that I can bring back this family in a way that creates justice for them, because I'm not someone who's going to just do it to make people happy or to bring back views or anything. I wanted to do it because it was something that came from my soul. The FOREMANS has always been a passion project. It is a LP that comes from the soul. And even though it was so important to you guys and important to me as well, I could not do it in a way that didn't create justice, or it didn't, wasn't in a way that was artful, or, my full soul wasn't being poured into it. And I genuinely believe, I know for a fact that it is in this present case. So I didn't get to tell you too much about him, but I mostly wanted to use this as a conversation video where we can talk about it, so you can learn a little bit about his backstory and maybe even piece some of the puzzles together, because I'm going to leave you guys with a lot of filler room to kind of make your own assumptions. Without saying too much more, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video here. Do take a moment to study his traits, as they are very essential to the rest of his storyline. Also, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know how you're feeling in the comments down below where the sun does not shine. And also, don't forget to go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe. And I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.
Tell him I need my money right now. Brought me the juice, they stole out my crown. Yeah. Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup, yeah. But don't waste my energy, my energy. I don't got much, don't be wasting all my energy. I keep it tight, don't let nobody get close to me. My heart is right, don't question my integrity. No, I thought we would be just fine, and I thought your heart was like mine. But let me find out, you've been going around throwing shots, running